YouTube, what is up? All right, guys. Today we are reviewing the Rev GTS 230 watt mod kit. This is the Rev V2, so it's a second version, just released for consumer purchase. But yeah, so we got the Rev V2 here. What's different between the V2 and V1? Not a whole 100% sure. I did do some research on it. They did, I think they put a phantom board in here, is what they're calling it, I believe. Don't hold me to that. It is a bigger, brighter screen, and they used a different glass on the screen, less to be more scratch resistant. Trying to think. Seemed like there's something else. And more options in the menu system as well. So you have different speedometers and things like that. So, not sure if it really needs to be a good purchase unless you just love the V1, which I hear good things about the V1. No complaints. But yeah, if you're looking for a decent kit, you're ready to get out there, it's probably something for you. But I'll stop babbling. Let's get down up close and personal and talk about the Rev V2. All right, up close and personal with the Rev GTS 220 watt mod kit. This is the Rev version 2. So keep that in mind. I didn't have the version 1. I don't know. I don't know why. I never, it never drew to me or whatever. But yeah, so I can't attest exactly which changes they made. I know that it is a brighter and bigger screen. But other than that, I couldn't really tell you. They say the menu interface is different, things like that. But I digress. This product apparently contains nicotine, which I didn't have any nicotine in my box, so that's kind of odd. I don't know why they put that big plaster on these things now. But hey, maybe they're FDA happy. So on this, kind of shows the menu. It says contents of the pack. It comes with the drift tank, is what they're calling their new tank, with 4.5 millimeter glass tube. It has the R1 coil, 0.6 ohms pre-installed, but it also comes with the drift R2 coil, 0.15. User manual, USB scan. On the back it says mod specs. So big mod, 94 by 55 by 32 millimeter. It takes two 18650s, which is kind of odd because as big as it is, I kind of expected it to take 2700 or 21700s. But whatever. It goes from 5 to 230 watt. It does all your temperature controls and your powers, as well as a bypass and a variable temperature control or variable power control. Voltage is 0 to 8.5 with a resistance range of 0.8 to 3 ohms. The tank is 56 millimeters. It's a 24.5 millimeter diameter, and I measured it, and it comes to roughly 24 millimeters. So, yeah, there's that. Single core, you're looking at a 20 watt to 50 watt. Your dual core, you're looking at roughly 30 to 70 watt with the best and all that shit. Yeah, so we'll go over the tank a little bit. Nothing to write home about. Nothing amazing breakdown. So getting into it, very nice packaging. Rev Vape Full Throttle. So on the outside you got the big Rev back here. So the top will flip open. Very nice. Very nicely done. On top you have this little packet of stuff with Rev, your battery, and your user manual. Neat little quad fold envelope there. So inside you'll have your mod with the drift tank, spare glass, and a box of stuff. Inside the said box of stuff you have a very shitty USB cable. So I do believe this does have 2.5 amp charging though, so good for them. As well as upgradable firmware. It looks like I have a couple O-rings thrown down in there, which probably fell out of this wide open bag. And there is your 0.15 ohm coils. I do believe this is compatible with your Baby Beast coils. So, as far as the tank goes, guys, we'll go over it, but it's nothing to write home about. There's nothing that's just like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. You do have this 510 drip tip that is concaved for some stupid reason, and yeah, I don't know really what to say about all that. So what happens is this drip tip slides over this, and why they did it that way, I guess so it just holds sturdier or something. Not really sure why they did that with the 510 there. But another thing that's been bothering me is I'm seeing a lot of mods. They're giving you these 810 type drip tips that narrow down to a 510 on the inside. That annoys the shit out of me. I mean, if we're going to go 510, go 510. But whatever. It is what it is. Simple fill method. It says push. And it pushes. Slides very nice. Very nice. You can even almost do this. I mean, you can do this one-handed to open it up and squeeze your juice down in there. My droppers do fit in there. They're a little snug, but yeah, it works. So just what you adjust on this side, adjust on this side as far as airflow is concerned. On the bottom it says designed by Rev. So coils, this coil is pretty basic. Kind of looks like your what do they call it? Maybe the T2 coil on the Beast or something like that. Anyway, comment if you know what coil that is, but it has the double barrel. But on the inside here, it comes with this 0.6 ohm coil, and it screws off just like any other coil would. So, of course, it doesn't come out. So, once I got this bad boy out, you can see how it kind of has, I don't know, maybe an Omega sign or something, but it's kind of an interesting little layout for their cotton there. It's not bad flavor. It's actually a pretty good flavor. Very comparable to the Cloud or the Baby Beast. So, but nothing innovative whatsoever about this tank. Not a thing. So, no big deal. Good for Rev for throwing in their own little tank, but there's nothing innovative about it. If you used a tank before, you've used that tank before. So, enough about the tank. Moving on to the star of the show, the Rev 2. Alright, so a little juice on my hands there. Wipe that screen off. It's I've been using that tank because I wanted to test how good it worked. But yeah, that'll probably be the last time I use that tank just because it's unimpressive. So, looking at the GTS mod, you have your 3 buttons and an awesome menu button, which taking a note from Vaporesso, I love their menu buttons. The fire button has these bumps on there, so it's very easy to find. It's very much raised, so it says Rev on it. Top, cool little it does one of those hexagon type nuts on their 510 connector. And on the front, which this is all screen, and it is a fingerprint magnet, as you can see. Going around the horn, on the back, you have kind of this texture, very much like a car. Now, this mod is beefy. iJoy Diamond is what I think of when I'm holding this mod. However, the iJoy does take larger batteries than 18650. This one does not. So it's very beefy. But yeah, side charging port. And going back into the back here, there's actually a thumb grab down here where you can get your nail under there. And kind of a cool little inlay here. You got your 3 magnets holding this, spring-loaded battery connectors with your ribbon. And they kind of put this bump in here. Not really sure what the purpose is, but it does hold your battery very, very nicely, which is maybe the purpose. There's no wiggle room at all in this thing. So, popping a few batteries in this thing. Alright. Now, as you can see, it says GTS mod when I pop the batteries in. However, it is not on. So, 5 clicks on. GTS 230 watt mod. I think I said 220 earlier, but it's 230. Very bright, very beautiful screen. I'm hoping that shows up nicely on camera, but it is very easy to read and in daylight as well. And then it'll time out to your clock, and of course you can change all this by simply holding this menu button down for a few seconds. And you can see it goes into all your different modes. If you want to change out of power mode, you just click the fire button and you can scroll to your stainless steel, titanium, Ni200, TCR, and back to power. I'm going to leave it in power. That's what I've been using it at, and it works well. Scrolling down, you simply have your up and down arrow buttons to scroll through. You can go to bypass, variable temperature control, and this is where you can set at so many seconds how you want to hit and so many seconds more where you want to hit. Variable power, color mode. You can change the colors. Go into the menu system here. Little spray brush there. They went with the whole car theme on this whole mod. So yeah, then you can just scroll through white, blue, red, blah, blah, blah. Click the power button to confirm, and then just scroll down. Also, it has different dashboards you can use. So let's click B. Get out of this thing. Hold down your menu button to get out. And as you can see, my dashboard changed. So yeah, every dashboard, it has the same information. It's just totally different layout. So very customizable. Yeah, that'll work to your liking. So kind of a cool little feature. Down here it shows the car battery and shows your A and B's, your voltage, your amps when you hit, and the ohms if there's something on it. Right now I don't have anything on it, so it's showing all X's. So very cool. I don't know. I like playing with the screens. It's just something you can change. I'm not a big fan of the speedometer type screens they're using in a lot of these mods now, but this one's pretty sharp. This one's pretty sharp. Display mode, and I don't know if you notice there's a car light up there. And all that does is when you want to time out on yourself, power save. And of course your brightness, time setting, factory reset, and you can turn your mod off. So cool stuff. Lots to play with in there. You know, all these different screens, you can kind of come up with what's your favorite, what you like, and all that good stuff. So the screen, like I said, it's all screen on one side and all battery door on the other. But I haven't had any scratching or anything on here yet, which I have heard they upgraded this glass this year, or with this device. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how long before those scratches hit. So yep. So variable colors. Screw the and as you saw, this is roughly a 24. Between 24 and 25 is about what you're looking at on top. You probably go 26 before you get some overhang. So, yep, that is the up close and personal of the Rev GTS 230 watt mod. Let's go up, have a vape on it, talk about it, and I'll give you some pros and cons. Yeah, that is the Rev GTS 230 watt mod kit. 230 watt. I think I said 220 earlier, but whatever. This is the Rev V2, just to clarify that. As far as looks, it looks just like the V1. I even think it has the same menu buttons and everything as V1. So let's get into some pros and cons. Pros. Very easy menu system. Very easy menu system with tons of options at that. The options work. You know, you have tons of different the speedometers and stuff on there. You can kind of change it to your liking. You can find out what you like and hit it. And I don't know why a lot of mods have this. I find this very useful because it's, and this one's very accurate. Like it'll show you your build on here. So like right now I have a 0.11 build, but it'll show you what your last hit was on the battery as well as the amperage. And most mods do that, but it's usually so small or minuscule you can't really notice it. And if I don't know why. It's not a big deal, especially with all the protections built in. But if you're a mechanical mod user, you kind of appreciate that stuff because when you're dealing with mech mods, you're really worried about your amperage and your voltage and all that good stuff. So it's kind of cool on here. The screen, the speedometer screen, I usually don't like them. There's certain ones on here. It's not all of them, but there's certain ones on here I really have enjoyed. And I don't know, just the seconds, it just works on this, and I don't know why, but yeah. Color options, you got tons of colors with this, guys. Now they're pretty basic colors. I went with the dark purple bluish color, but they have a reddish and all these different colors. So, and not just color options, but they're sharp. I think it's a very sharp looking mod. There's no flaws, no gaps, nothing in here. Everything sits flush on top. You got that 510 pin inside here that's really nice. So yeah, it's very stylish, very classy mod. So temperature control. Temperature control is very, very accurate on this. I was playing with it a couple days ago, and man, it was hitting just as good as my DNA devices. It's hitting very nice. Instant fire as well on anything. Anytime I push that button, it fires off. I just love how fast these mods are firing now, and that's one of those things you never really notice you enjoyed until they started changing it, and then you're like, wow, that's hitting fast. So yeah, so fit and finish is amazing. Menu system's amazing. Overall, it's a really good mod, but there are a few cons that I do have about this. As you can see, I'm not using their tank, and it's nothing against the tank. It's not a bad tank. It's just not an innovative tank. I'm glad they threw it in there. So if you wanted a kit, you can have it. It's a decent, well-made tank. Fit and finish is really nice on there. Matchies with the mod, but I've seen it. I've seen it 100 times now. Everybody has mimicked that Smoke Baby Beast or Smoke Baby Beast or whatever it is, and this is no different. It's the exact same tank overall. I even think it takes the same coils. I didn't have any to try tonight, otherwise I would have done that in up close and personal. The other thing is the size. Guys, like I said, when I hold this thing, I keep thinking back to the iJoy Diamond, it's a beefy, big mod, but the iJoy Diamond takes the larger batteries, so I feel like if they're going to make it this big, and I'm not even sure, it almost looks like they have the room. Of course, I didn't take it apart. I don't know what the chipset, but I feel like we could at least gotten 2,700 batteries in here somehow. So as big as it is, I feel like it should have had that option. So, and it's not obnoxious. It's not huge, but it is a bigger mod. It's a bigger mod. And I feel like in a world where we're going everything smaller, with the exception of our phones keep getting bigger, but whatever. With the exception of our phones, everything's going smaller as far as electronics goes, but this mod is huge. It's beefy. It works. It's very comfortable in the hand, very comfortable to hold, but it is a beefy mod. So that's that. As far as other cons, that's about all I got, guys. It's a really good mod. It really is. Even as big and beefy as it is, I absolutely love that they have a third menu button. The only time I am clicking the fire button is to vape, or I'm clicking it 3 times to lock the device. So, yeah. So, very good mod. So, if you're looking for kind of a classy mod, and you're into the whole car theme especially, get out there and get you a Rev version 2 GTS mod. So, it's a good one. Not a whole lot of complaints in this. Price point, you're looking about $60 to $70 is kind of what you're looking at for the kit. I think I paid $70, which is a little on the higher end, but I bought it locally to support a local shop. So, anyways, as always, get out there and support your first responders and your veterans. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you really like this video, hit that subscribe button. As always, I buy this stuff and I give my own opinions for you guys because I want you guys to get off the nasty stuff. So please hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I guess that's all we got here with old Matt and Vape Break. Take care.